My plants are so unhappy with me, they have to be kept in a cage so they don't leave. Speaking of leaving, these leaves look a little bit better, but I'm not sure what they want. They just put up with me, but they won't give me any solid information I can go on. They're probably crying out for more water, less water, I don't know. Haven't been watering anything in weeks now. We've had some very heavy rainstorms. So the plants are working, but they're probably working too hard, thanks to me not paying attention to what they need. And look at this guy. So I clean at a food bank, and I was taking the old messed up vegetables and I was burying them, trying to make my own plant beds for this year. And I believe one of the cucumbers actually turned into this because I didn't plant it. And it's pretty tall. I'll show you in a second. So I'm going to be working on this one particular house, getting it ready for a lead inspection. I'm not a fan of the lead inspections. I think it's a big, it's pretty scammy. I don't deny the fact that lead could hurt somebody, but I decline all responsibility for looking out for people that don't look out for themselves. Most of the problems I encounter in rentals that I take care of is people not being good housekeepers. I have to send in a maid a lot of the times just to keep the houses right. Anyway, I don't have a maid in my house. I think that's because I clean. Now, go back to this cucumber plant. Look how tall it's gotten. I think we're at 10 feet. We should be at about the 10-foot mark there. It's kind of neat, huh? I think I planted these plants too close together. I did come across some information where someone was saying that the plants should be tighter than people expect. But in this particular case, I have them in here like sardines. Maybe that's why they're so unhappy with me. I'm gonna get rid of this next year. I'm gonna go to the sawmill and cut some oak posts and expand this out and make it look a little more like a home and not a Sally gate at a prison. Do you ever watch Puddin's Fad Shop? That's his bird Fred. Flew in vacationing out east. So I'll be working on a house, getting it ready for city inspections. It's the weekend, so I prefer to leave the tenants alone so they can relax. I do show rooms on the weekends though, and I had an appointment this afternoon. It wasn't set. It was we tentatively talked about Saturday afternoon, but the kid wants to come around with his mother, and well, the guy I have now that's currently not paying his rent forever, he owes about $3,011. He came with his mother. His mother just dropped him off and off she went. So I prejudged this one. I don't want another kid with his mother. So I didn't settle on an appointment time or anything like that. They're looking at other places, so they'll probably find something else. Meanwhile, I'm also chauvinistic because yesterday a girl came by with her father, Except for the girls, when they come by with their fathers, the father wants everything to be safe, whereas the mother wants everything to be perfect. And I've had, over the years, bad situation after bad situation with kids that they need their parents. You know, when you're 20 years old, 19 years old, and you need your parents to do everything for you, you're pretty much not going to be a good roommate. You don't keep your room clean, you don't do 100 little things that upset the other roommates, and eventually it leads to problems. But even with my maid going in, I can't keep up with kids like that. So that's the way it goes. And here's a bike I bought at a yard sale. I paid $5 for this. That was their price. I didn't ask for a lower price. And then I went and I got this box. I use these kind of alligator clip wires. This looked like a better quality. Like this might still be of USA. Oh, does it say something there? It probably says Taiwan. And bag of copper. These I use for repairs and tubs. I have one coming up now. This I've been using the 1/4 inch inside diameter. I've been using for lawnmower repairs. I'm suspending gas tanks, the old musty one trick. And this line isn't made for gasoline, so it's not going to last for a while, so I can just replace it as I need it. This is a screw, because I like screws. So all of this, and then I got this pump here. A Lambert pump. It's a model. Where is it? 10301. And I plugged it in and it made noise, but I don't really know anything about whether these pumps work or not. But I got the pump and this box for $5. And then I went and I scrounged up. This stuff I understand. See, pumps are a little difficult, but a bolt I understand. This is the side you put the ratchet on. This is the side that goes into the wood. I think that's right. Yeah, that's right. Anyway, I understand this kind of, that's my level. And I saw a bag of these things. I don't like these kind of connections, but if you need a connection suddenly, I think it's better to have that available. And I keep stuff like that organized. This box I basically wanted for these screws. And then this kind of had more of that. I feel like they went together. And this I found interesting. So I will definitely make all these, put those to use. All of this was $2. So you're looking at a $12 yard sale. And it all came from one yard sale. And by the way, this, they did want to ask $5 for it, and I said I was kind of walking away, and then it turned to $2. I have all this, and I have a drawer specially for these things, so it's not going to upset my organization. So I don't mind taking it, but I don't need it, or don't need it right away. All right, so what next? There's a little volunteering I'm going to do in the neighborhood. And if that's anything interesting at all, I will turn the camera on. If not, I'm going to try to get things done around the house. Floors to mop, dishes to wash, yard that kind of wants to be cut a little bit. So if it's absolutely boring, I promise not to show it to you. Thanks. That's me saying I appreciate people watching. I don't want to bore you to tears. And unless you're an insomniac and you can't sleep and you play the videos, that's probably who actually watches these videos, then in that case, I promise you hours more of video coming soon. I forgot to tell you why I bought that bicycle. I buy those bikes because I lend them out to tenants. And of course I don't charge them anything for that. And I look for bikes that can be adjusted and they'll ride well, but they're not too shiny. That way no thieves are attracted to them and they probably won't get stolen. We had one bike stolen a few years back, but the kid was a little loopy. I got a feeling that he simply forgot where he put the bike. And eventually someone said, hey, and they just took it home. But I have a whole, I bet you I have 12, 15 bicycles set aside just for the purpose of lending them out. I lend them out for free. Another thing I did for free was I was driving along yesterday and I saw some folks cleaning out their father's house. They're getting ready to sell their father's house. And judging by the children of the father, he's probably deep into his 80s, maybe even scratching 90s. And they were carrying all this heavy metal from the backyard all the way out to the street. It was a pretty long walk. So I suggested, why don't I pack my trailer in and just load it all up here. I go to the scrapyard tomorrow morning anyway with some of my stuff, so it's not a big deal, not out of my way at all. I spent maybe a half an hour and met some people. They're neighbors about a mile away or so. I don't really know them, but I do now. And the good thing is, I was about to buy this very mop from Home Depot for $10. So I saved myself $10. I like that. There's really no joy in buying a mop, so the real joy is saving. There's a few odds and ends here that a friend of mine is going to be able to use too, so they won't get scrapped. So let's have a look at what I can do. It's Sunday, and this afternoon I will have a little time and I don't have to be anywhere. I can work on my own stuff. So let me show you what's going to happen next. We're back at the shed that's on the property. This shed was used for storage for the last million years. Never really used for any kind of daily in and out type of stuff. It was just stuff packed in. And this is the mini shell. And it's headed to its new location soon. So I have to take this out. But before doing that, my friends the raccoons have left me something. Let me shine a light on here. Alright, if you happen to not see what this is, because you're looking on a small screen or something, maybe I can help. Okay, do you know what that is? Here's a little more. The rascals will climb up and do this. Bums. But anyway, this is going to be my Sunday afternoon project. I'm not doing all of it today. I'm just doing a little bit. Sundays are days where I can hide from regular work most of the time. I can work on things where I don't have to see the tenants. I leave them in peace on Sundays. And then my thinking is, once the shell has moved, I'm going to go across here with a wooden shelf. And I'll put a few things up there. Maybe make it a sheet of plywood wide. And then the bottom area here will be used for lawn equipment. So it should be good space. I'm not going to spend a lot of time. I'm not going to install the garage doors or anything like that. I think with the economy being so good right now, the next thing that happens is a not so good economy. And in a not so good economy, there are going to be people that need help and houses to live in that are fairly inexpensive. I have just that, so I would like to get those houses ready, some of them, and be be able to help some people with, lower cost housing. So this shed is not going to be a priority over people that need help. However, the way things are going is I'm chipping away, filling the ocean one drop at a time. If I work on the shed a little bit at a time, a year from now, it'll be perfect. Well, that's the first batch of, speaking of which, remember the tenant that I said 22 years old, hasn't been paying rent? Well, today, another person, people have been coming around to look at the room, but another person is here in town living in a, what's it called, Airbnb or something, and asking, please, can I rent from you? And of course I've let him know that no, I have a problem with this person not wanting to get out. I need the money, and I can't rent out a room. I would have an income starting right this afternoon. I'm not sure about this stimulus money and all this stuff. There's a lot of abusers out there. Too bad. I don't qualify for any stimulus. Rather, I didn't qualify. I mean, I surely don't make enough money to, how to put it? I was supposed to, by income, qualify, but nothing ever was sent. Oh well. It's alright. If people would just not fail me, I'd do okay on my own. I don't need any extra help. Actually, that mini shell, I tried to move it, and I didn't lose it or anything like that, but I got myself stuck in a situation where I was really pushing to get it back up on the wall so it wouldn't tip over on me. So I stand corrected. I could use a little help with that mini shell. These guys don't seem to mind the rain. Interesting. Thank you very much for keeping me company. I will go inside where it's a little more dry, regroup, get some indoor work done, and then it's going to be a good week ahead. You can tell anytime a duck swims in a circle, that means good luck for anyone watching. Yeah, I just made that up, but it sounds good. Thank you very much for keeping me company. Have a fantastic week. Talk to you again very soon. I was caught in the rain and the volume disappeared. Wanted to wish everyone a great week ahead. Duck, can't you see that we're recording? Well, I wanted to also send a thank you over to Matt, the Scrap Whisperer. He sent me a link to some of his videos, and they're a lot of fun.